First up, we're going to show you how to connect a Nintendo Wii to a standard tube TV. This is one of the easiest connection types you can find, and in this case the TV has multiple connectors on the back, so we'll show you how to sort that out. The back of the Nintendo Wii has 3 connector ports on it, as well as 2 USB ports. The 3 connector ports are the ones you want to use when connecting the game system. First off, the one on the bottom is your power port. Okay? That is going to be connected with a power cable unique to the Wii. Make sure it's facing the right direction. Okay. And you're going to connect the power, the other end of it, into your multi-plug or your plug in the wall, preferably a surge-protected multi-plug. And you can turn it on. The next component is our audio-video cable. This is our standard red, yellow, and white cable, which is the lowest definition, but the one that all systems come with. That connects into the larger port on the Wii. Again, it can only fit one way. In the back. Now, on your TV, you're going to want to make sure you find video in. It'll say some sort of input or video in. And you're going to want to connect the yellow, white, and red to the same colored ports on the back. As long as you find the video in, this is very easy to do. Some of the back may say video 1, video 2, video 3. That will be the channel, the video channel you'll use on the TV. So whatever one you plug it into is the one you'll set it on when you turn the TV on. Finally, we have the sensor bar. The Wii and the Xbox Kinect have sensor bars. The Wii's sensor bar is very small. It involves a large and easy to tangle cord, so it's something you're going to want to make sure that you wrap around something, otherwise it ends up looking like this. But still usable. You'll have to spend a little bit of time untangling it, or in some cases you don't want the full length, so it's not a huge issue. The final little port is a tiny red port that connects with a tiny red plug on the back of it. You're going to plug it in there, and then drag your sensor around to the front of the TV. Now we'll go around to the front of the TV and see how all this fits together. Once you have your Wii system connected in the back and have all the wires and components in the right place, around the front of it you want to make sure your Nintendo Wii is set on a stable platform. It sits upright, has a base that comes with it. You want to put your controllers out with it wherever you can. A table next door is just as good as a audio-video card if you're not in possession of one of these. After that, you're going to want to place your sensor bar somewhere either at the bottom or top of the TV. On a larger unit like this, make sure you place it at the bottom of the TV. If your TV is down low, it's probably best to place it on top. Once you've got those out, you want to make sure you have your nunchucks and other accessories available. These are not compatible with all games, so you don't want to hook them up from the beginning unless you know they're necessary for the game. Then, to put your game in, you've got your TV on, you've got your Wii on, you've got power going to it. The last thing you need to do is put in a game. In order to do that, you're going to press the power button on the front of the Wii. It turns it on. You'll see it flash blue and see your TV flicker. Wii games are always put in with the picture on the front of the disc facing to the Wii's right. So always facing, in this case, towards Diego. He's going to face the disc towards himself and then slide the game in and it will self-feed once it goes in. Feeds it in, easy enough. And the game will start on the screen. It'll ask you to connect the controller. Any controller can be connected simply by pressing a button. It will connect the controller if you've already got it synced up and allow it to be a part of the Wii system. Then the game can start and you can play the game with from 1 to 4 players depending on the game title and how many players you have in the room. To troubleshoot a Wii controller or to connect it in the first place, they have to be synced to a Wii system. That involves using 2 buttons. You have to use the little red button that is found under the battery pack door on the back of the Wii. You may have to remove the rubber container and remove the door component. You'll find a small red button on the back of the Wii controller. There is a similar red button inside of the Wii itself. There's a little flap, Diego's opening and closing here, that has a red button inside of it. What you're going to want to do is press that button. At the same time, after you press that, you're going to press the button on the front of your Wii. You'll see some flashing dots. You're going to let go of both of them, and when it works properly, you're going to see one of the controller lights light up. Each of these lights on the bottom represents what controller place this has, from 1 to 4. So having done it correctly, we now have one connected controller. Once your Wii is connected, you've got your sensor bar in place, it's ready to play. In this case, we've got a game like Just Dance, and you just have to mimic the moves. Our players here have controllers in their hand and simply have to keep them in their hand in order to keep playing. They can play with multiple players at once if they'd like. One player is on the screen, the others can dance with them, or they can wait their turn in the back like DA are.